Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
ओके, तो पावर चला गया था, उस कारण से कुछ नेट कनेक्शन गड़बड़ हो गया था। Okay, so today we'll see what are the man-machine system. We have seen in yesterday's lecture also, and we have seen in detail the closed loop and open loop. Let us have a brief of it, and then we'll go ahead with the classification by the mode of operations. So what are the modes? We will check it in this lecture. So first of all, let us have a brief of man-machine system. As we know, the human factors are a system which has a connection between the workplace or working environment with the human being. Why we did? The sole objective was to carry a successful design. Which should be possible with both the components and constituents, that is man and machine, which should be clearly defined while designing this man machine system. And working conditions or environment in which worker or operator has to work is beneficial to enhance the overall system performance, which the primary aim of ergonomic discipline is all about. So we need to take care of working conditions in detail. We will see the working condition when we'll be closing this chapter unit. We'll see working conditions in detail also, and hope by the end of the week we'll be completing unit 4. Now let us have little characteristics of man machine system. Number one, the man machine system should be consist of the three, that is man, machine and the system. Okay, what system environment is all about. Okay, next is it is essentially to develop it so as to fulfill the uh, desired purpose or aim which we have taken at the start. Okay, another thing is we must have specific inputs and outputs, and that has to be appropriately balanced. And the size of the system is, we know that size of the system is variable, and the complexity is total dynamic in nature. I mean, anything can come up. So we need to evaluate all those before getting into the hands-on work with the system or with the machine and the working environment. Another thing is subsystems of this man machine system has to interact and supply the effects to other parts also. When we have the adequate balance between input and output of the system, then man machine system will be very effective. It will give an efficient result to all of us. And last but not least, we know the environmental factors are totally proportional to the system performance. So as I told you earlier, environmental factors or working environment is totally performance specific and plays a vital role in the same. And we have seen in the last lecture the classification of man machine system. So it was like closed loop system and open loop system we have seen. So closed loop system is like it is a continuous one, and the same process has to be performed repeatedly or in a continuous controlled one process. Okay, so when men controls a particular put some controls over the machine, then it displays, or when man gives an input to the machine, it gives an output. whether it is favorable output or not favorable output. If it is favorable, this feedback will go कि सब सही चल रहा है. If it is not favorable, then man is here to manipulate the input. It will manipulate the input like as the desired value of the desired input required by the machine. ताकि जो machine से output हमको मिल रहा है in the form of signal or in the form of information that has to be matched or satisfied, that whatever input we have given is accepted by the machine or there is no problem at all, and that input should be as per the desired one. Like if we drive a car, we have several controls with us, I mean with the driver. If he needs to increase the speed, it is increased. So driver used to push the foot pedal by giving the input to the speed brake and engaging and disengaging of the gears using clutch. So these are the inputs, and if speed is increasing or if brake has been applied, then there will be there will be a display called speedometer, which shows the bigger hand of red color shows the speed has been sufficiently increased or decreased as per the input given. So we can check our input through that display also. Along with that display, we have incorporated odometer also, how much distance we have traveled. Okay, and by engaging or disengaging using clutch, we ourselves can understand via jerk or whether that gear has been placed in a proper slot or not. We can judge ourselves by listening the noise. Another thing, similarly in the operator, it is in our context that operator working on lathe, so he knows what exactly input he has given and what exactly output it is showing. So this way there are inputs and outputs, and that input and output has to be balanced so as to get the desired output. Now next thing is, what was open loop system? Open loop system is like which it is a kind of a loop which one has when needs to start to further control, or at least cannot be further controlled, or I can say there is no feedback in the open loop system, or I should say it is a kind of a system which has to be performed uh, say once only. There is no continuous process kind of a thing, as it doesn't have feedback system. If it has a feedback system, this means that process is a continuous process and it needs further synchronization between inputs and outputs given and received from the machine. Then, as I told you in previous lecture, we'll discuss what is man-machine system and what are the mode of operations of the system. So we have these three man-machine system. And classification is like mode of operation. Mode of operation is like manual system, mechanical system, and automatic system. इट इज सिंपल एग्जाम्पल. हम लोगों ने बहुत सारी चटनी हमारे किचन में बनती हुई देखी है, या ऐसे बहुत सारे काम हमने होते हुए देखे हैं. बहुत सिंपल एग्जाम्पल किचन का रहता है. इससे पहले जो चटनी बनाई जाती थी वो मैनुअली लकड़ी का रहता था, उसमें मटेरियल डाला और मूसल से उसको कूट दिया. दैट वाज मैनुअल सिस्टम. मैकेनिकल सिस्टम कैसा था, जैसे उसी चटनी के मटेरियल को हमने मिक्सर में डाला एंड वी प्रेस्ड इट, देन लेटर ऑन मैनुअली वी हैव ओपनड इट, चेक्ड इट कि क्या कंसिस्टेंसी चाहिए हमको, मोटा चाहिए, मीडियम चाहिए, पतला चाहिए, बिल्कुल पानी जैसा चाहिए. So that consistency of that chutney has to be checked manually, and then we can push the number of time button, कितनी बार उसको input देना है so as to achieve the desired shape. Whereas automatic system जो होता है उसमें एक auto sensory objects लगे रहते हैं. Once and once you have pressed the operation, say I need of medium consistency, तो वो medium करके छोड़ेगा. That sensor knows the consistency. Sensor senses the consistency of that chutney कि मुझे कितनी बार रोटर को रोटेट करना है. And also, if instead of dhania chutney, if it is like nariyal chutney, so nariyal is little harder than dhania. So that sensor will understand the number of rotations has to give to that mixer. Rotor को कितने rotations देने हैं, that sensor will understand and gives you the minimum consistency of that nariyal chutney. So this is kind of a fully automatic system. Now let us understand in our context in terms of mechanical engineering. So first one is manual system. These are basically meant, directed system. We can understand this means workers or operator has to use it manually using tools and operate using those tools. So these are basically flexible in nature, small in size. Simple tools and equipments are required to use, and the efficiency will depend upon the human factor because it is completely a manual system. There is no check or kind of a feedback line available here. So it is completely a manual system. One has to perform it manually and check it physically only. So a large variability is possible because if some same here the kind of condition of job is okay as per every different person, है ना. तो बिल्कुल वैसा ही है जैसे if mom says like chutney is good now but sister says no chutney ये नहीं अभी और थोड़ा fine चाहिए. So that is a manual system that has large variability. In that manual system every worker may select different method to do the same job. Yes, definitely. Every person is or every worker is free to adopt his or her own kind of method. As I told you, there will be a difference between the views of the standard output of a object also. Okay, because it is completely manual system. Now we are talking about mechanical system. There are more complex and inflexible in nature than manual system. This means it has certain points to cross over. It is not totally depend upon the operator. So that's why I told you that it is little more complex and inflexible. It is not that flexible as the manual system was. The machine component is power driven. Yes, it is not manually operated. It is power driven. As I told you, in mechanical system, I gave you an example of mixer grinder. It is power driven. And human activity is information processing. Now what human has to do, only work the human has now to check the consistency of the work, whether I have achieved the desired output or not. So that only has to be checked by the operator or a worker. Okay. And human has to check the information what he is receiving from the machine end, and he has to decide or make a decision and control. So this kind of system is also known as semi-automatic system. They have required components which are integrated. Like if we see जब हम मैनुअली चट्टी कूटते हैं तो मूसल अलग से होता है. It is not an integrated part of that system. Although a component of it, but it is not integrated. It is always detached from that system. But when we talk about mixer grinder, that rotor or the blade are the integrated part of the system itself. So as I told you, this is semi-automatic one, and required components, whatever are integrated in the same, like an automobile or a machine operated by a driver or a operator. Okay, like mixer grinder. So it is a semi-automatic kind of a machine, as we have seen. Manually कपड़े धोना semi automatic machine, then fully completely automatic washing machine भी आता है. So simple तीन तरह का जो mode of operation है वो यहाँ है. So you can assume, or take as many as many examples as you want. Now let us go through the completely automatic system or simply automatic system. Now a complex system. This is completely complex one, or rather, I should say, its complexity is higher than the manual system and the mechanical system, because it is completely inflexible. Only operator will become observer, and he has to carry out many of the things, like you must have seen a bottling plant and many fully automated projects or factories. So their engineers work is to record the data available on the display screen. Completely assembly line या production line fully automatic होती है. Their engineer used to give the input at the start of the project. In between, no one is allowed. Once everything is set, एक तरफ से रॉ मटेरियल अंदर जाता है और दूसरी तरफ से फिनिश प्रोडक्ट बाहर आता है. वो असेंबली लाइंस या प्रोडक्शन लाइंस कंप्लीटली ऑटोमेटिक होती हैं. नॉर्मली अब्रॉड में जो कंपनियां हैं वो कंप्लीटली कंप्लीट ऑटोमेशन पे वर्क करती हैं. देयर इंजीनियर्स वर्क इज टू रिकॉर्ड in between or manually check the quality of output of intermediate processes. जैसे 6 प्रोसेस लाइन से होनी है, तो हर प्रोसेस के बाद उसके डिस्प्ले की जो रीडिंग है या जॉब मटेरियल है उसका सैंपल निकाल के वो देख सकता है whether that automation is going as per the requirements or not. So that operator will more on become an observer to keep an eye whether what we desire for is coming out or not. So that is the only work which operator, or rather I should say observer, will have. So it's a complex system in which all operational functions are performed by automatic devices, and it is known as automatic system. Now operational functions are sensing of information. Now it has sensors to sense and judge, rather, or I should say, what we were doing in semi-automatic, observing the information, then judging it, then action taken. So here, action taken. So here we have sensors available with the machine itself, since it is completely automatic one. So we have sensors for sensing the information, and as per the information, it will match with the input data given to the machine and will process the decision making and further take action taken ahead to reach out the desired quality of work. Now it is completely inflexible in nature because everything is programmed and fixed inside along with the sensors to take the decision parameter also, and cannot be adopted to use other than that one for which it is designed. So it is particularly designed and particularly operated by a particular operator as per the program available. Now, the human element or the component system, the human element or component performs the jobs of monitoring, programming the functions, maintenance, and upkeep the same. And an automatic telephone exchange is also an example of it. Digital computers, what we use normally, is another example of the same. Automatic screw cutting machines is again one of the good examples of automatic systems. Finally, I can conclude like a perfectly reliable automatic system does not exist at present now, because machine has overall authority to perform the work. Sometimes it happens like जो ऑपरेटर है, जो वर्कर है, वो अपने सेटिस्फेक्शन से उसमें काम कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाता. So we have to rely the output as per the machine only. It may it rather definitely उसको डिजाइन किया जाता है कि हमारी जो स्टैंडर्ड आउटपुट, डिजायर्ड स्टैंडर्ड आउटपुट है, उसको मैच करे. उसी के लिए उसको डिजाइन किया जाता है, टेस्ट किया जाता है, परफॉर्म किया जाता है. लेकिन जरूरी नहीं है कि वैसा हो, और ऐसा कहा जा रहा है कि आज तक परफेक्टली ऐसा कोई सिस्टम नहीं बनाया गया. लाइक यू वी डोंट हैव सी, जैसे मिक्सर ग्राइंडर का भी मैं आपसे बात कर रहा था. इट इज नॉट लाइक टुडे वी हैव परफेक्ट मिक्सर ग्राइंडर अवेलेबल विद अस. परफेक्ट मिक्सर ग्राइंडर जो परफेक्ट नारियल की चटनी बना दे या परफेक्ट धनिया की चटनी बना दे, वो आपको अभी तक अवेलेबल नहीं है. One has to look and change the input as per the desired quality. So it is not at all possible कि जो desired quality हमको चाहिए वो मिले, that too perfectly. I'm not saying it is not possible. We have automatic machines available with us which are running very nicely, but even then, whether those customers are fully satisfied or not, that is an issue. So that is not there till the time. Now let us discuss with another three aspects of man and machine. While designing the man-machine system, we have to look those systems into. Now we have these three aspects of man-machine system. Now these three aspects are design of information displays, now through which we need to examine or observe the the informations available with us. So first one is design of information display. Next one is design of controls, which kind of controls will be easy and adequate और prompt रहेंगे, तो वो कैसे कैसे हो सकते हैं. लेआउट जो है वर्क स्पेस का या वर्क एनवायरनमेंट का, वो कैसा रहेगा. Okay, let us discuss aspect 1, design of information display. Now it talks about the information display. It is a technique of presenting information about the state of the system. Now say suppose अगर हमने कोई इनपुट दिया, हमने कुछ भी से मैंने अपना वीडियो अपलोड किया. सो टिल द टाइम जब तक वो अपलोड कंप्लीट नहीं कर देता, इट विल शो द स्टेटस, इट इज अपलोडिंग 20% अपलोड, 30% अपलोड, till 100% upload. Uploading finished, it will give the informations during the time. So during the time it will give the information and update the receiver end, that is us, I mean the operator or a worker, वो information update करेगा. This said information may be static or dynamic in nature. That depends कि कैसा हमने उसको प्रोग्राम किया है. The static information means, static information का मतलब है कि अगर मैं ऐसा प्रोग्राम किया हुआ है मेरे सिस्टम को कि जब तक वो लोड हो रहा है, इट विल ऑलवेज शो लोडिंग, इट वोंट शो 20% 30%, और जब अपलोड हो जाए तो दिखा दे अपलोड. सो ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम अगर मैं नहीं दिखाता कि अपलोडिंग जो है वो 20% है, 30% है, 35% है, 70%, 80% है throughout the uploading. So it is static in nature. It will show only uploading, and once it is uploaded, it will show uploaded. And say suppose मैं कुछ अपलोड कर रहा हूँ और उसमें बीच में दिखा रहा है 10% हो गया, 20% हो गया, 30% हो गया, 40% हो गया, 50% हो गया, and then 100% finally uploaded. So this is dynamic in nature. माने it will give you the dynamic behavior of each and every second. कि इस इतने टाइम में कितना हो गया. So this is called static or dynamic in nature. Dynamic nature माने continuously थोड़ी थोड़ी देर की अपडेशन आपको मिल रही है. और static is जब तक काम हो नहीं जाता आपको information will be remain fixed with a single dialogue. Okay, so this information should be supplied in such a manner that one of the sensing agencies of men should respond to it. Okay, action is initiated only after the information is received. Now मेरी जब वीडियो कंप्लीट हो जाती है तब मैं उसको अपलोडिंग कंडीशन में रखता हूँ, या अपलोड हो जाती है तब माने उसके बाद मैं उस वीडियो का लिंक किसी के साथ शेयर करता हूँ, है ना. देन हियर इट इज रिटन लाइक ट्रांसमिटेड टू ब्रेन. सो इन आवर एग्जांपल इफ यू सी लाइक अगर तो एक काम हो जाने पर उसके मुझे कैसे परफॉर्म कर रहा है, काम खत्म होने के बाद ही मैं डिसाइड करूंगा. सो दस द इंफॉर्मेशन व्हिच इज एज एन आउटपुट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डिस्प्ले इज मोस्ट ऑफ द इक्विपमेंट मशीन्स इज इस तरह की जो चीजें होती हैं, वेदर इट इज that information as an output जो मुझे मिला, whether work has been completed or not, can be like visual or it should have visual or auditory display. Normally what we have seen in our computers that कि कुछ कुछ बता देते हैं कि it has completed, okay, but अगर आप जैसे फोन है, अगर आप ड्राइविंग मोड पे रखो तो if somebody is calling you, so it will not only give you the calling tone, it will also speak up like who is calling you. जिस नाम से आपने उस बंदे को सेव किया है उसका नाम वो जो प्रोग्राम्ड वॉइस है वो आपको बताती है कि this person is calling you, this person is calling you, then the dialer tone comes up. So this is the same thing. Sometimes it has visual display, like it give you a sound, auditory display, like it gives a sound whether you have received some information or the work जो प्रोसेस हो रहा था वो कंप्लीट हो गया. और समटाइम्स विजुअल इंफॉर्मेशंस भी रहती है. नाउ लेट अस सी विजुअल इंफॉर्मेशन क्या है. विजुअल इंफॉर्मेशन is like the most common means of providing the information to the human being or an operator. Obviously it is for operator or a worker who is dealing with it. In certain situation ऑडिटरी डिस्प्लेस लाइक जो सुनने वाली हैं वो है, जैसे बेल है, बजर्स हैं, अलार्म सिग्नल्स हैं, ये सब अलग अलग कैटेगरी के होते हैं. क्योंकि हमने देखा होगा कॉलर ट्यून अलग होती है, डायल ट्यून अलग होती है ना. पहले हम भी इतना डिफरेंशिएट नहीं कर सकते थे. डोर बेल अलग होते हैं, टू व्हीलर के हॉर्न्स अलग होते हैं, साइकिल पे जो घंटी होती है वो अलग होती है, ट्रक की अलग होती है, बस की अलग होती है ना. तो सबका साउंड अलग अलग है. उन साउंड से हम कई बार बिना देखे भी पहचानते हैं या अटेंशन गैदर करते हैं कि थिंग्स आर कंप्लीटेड, एंड फ्रॉम विच एंड दैट डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ साउंड टेल्स अबाउट कि कौन सी चीज कंप्लीट हुई है ना. तो जैसे मोबाइल में नोटिफिकेशन हमने ऑन रखा है तो व्हाट्सएप का नोटिफिकेशन आया तो हमको एकदम से एक साउंड आता है, तो वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट, वी कैन डिफरेंशिएट दो साउंड्स आल्सो. समटाइम्स अलग अलग कॉलर ट्यून या अलग अलग डायल ट्यून हम रख देते हैं कि अगर इस बंदे का कॉल आया तो ये वाली डायल ट्यून बजेगी, अगर घर से आया तो ये वाली बजेगी. सो वी ourselves are differentiating this auditory displays sometime. And then some other sensory sensors are available like kinesthesia. What is kinesthesia? it is the relation with the sensation of position, movement, velocity, acceleration and the force generated by the various parts of the body. Next is cutaneous, cutaneous senses, that is sensation of temperature, touch and pain. Now the chemical senses. What are the chemical sensors? It is concerned with taste and smell. So these are the three kind of sensor modalities which we have discussed now. Then we will see in the next lecture in the later stage, lecture number 30, we'll see the design of visual displays. What are the basic requirement of design of visual displays, and what are the factors we need to take care of while designing the visual displays, how it should be, and what first of all we will see what are those, then we'll see how it should be, then we'll see the quantitative and qualitative displays. So how we have to improve, and we'll see what kind of displays we can put. I mean, circular dial वाला हो, rectangular हो, जैसे scale होते हैं वैसा हो, किस तरह का हो वो हम देखेंगे, उनकी scale कैसी हो, किस काम में कौन से use हो सकते हैं, कंट्रोल पैनल्स भी हम देखेंगे, देन पिक्टोरियल डिस्प्लेस कैसे होते हैं वो भी हम चेक करेंगे. And these are all things we'll see in our next lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask any of the things in our lecture till the time what we have completed. You can ask now. This itself shows the display communication of this circular dial. This is called display element, and here from this control panel it is giving an input as per the, so if it is giving this input तो यहाँ वो डिस्प्ले हो रहा है और इस डिस्प्ले से समझ में आ रहा है, इनको एक फीडबैक मिल रहा है कि ये जो सर्कुलर एलिमेंट है या कंट्रोल पैनल है इसको कैसे उनको ऑपरेट करना है. हाँ जी, any kind of doubt, any problem in a particular slide?